Welcome to the Middle-Raged Podcast, where your hosts, Adam and Keith, get a bit cross about stuff that really doesn't matter. Bless them. Oh, and we should probably warn you that things can be a bit sweary at times.
Hello and welcome to this episode 15 of the Middle-Raged Podcast with me, Adam Eccles, and my co-host, Keith A. Pearson. Good evening.
And a very good evening to you on this most auspicious of evenings.
That's right. We're gonna play a little. And what does that signify? It signifies that we're having a little reboot of the pod, and shaking things up a bit. So
moving the furniture around,
movers and shakers.
Yes,
you want to be one of the movers and shakers, and not
absolutely. Should we explain why we're doing it?
Yeah. Well,
do you think people care?
I mean, I'm sure there's a bated breath now at the speaker, around the fireplace and the living room.
Listen,
the whole family.
Uncle Adam and Uncle Keith are going to explain. I suppose there are multiple reasons for this, aren't there?
Yeah, well, yeah. One is because we just like fucking around with.
Leave it alone.
That
is a good reason.
Stop it bleeding. Yes. Otherwise, yeah. But we need to keep it to a certain time limit for sanity and financial reasons. And so we need to keep to it. Well, also, right, I think that the 1 hour time is probably the most, the sort of nice unit that the universe has invented these units of time, and so we should probably stick to them. So I think
You've
the 1 hour
so off script. I was going to say that we had, after conducting extensive listener research.
Yeah.
Literally thousands of people have come back and told us that they would much prefer an episode that was an hour or slightly less.
Right. Well, that's what I was getting to. Yeah.
You did ask Ian though, so
Yeah.
There we go. Ian in the office. If he's wrong, then blame him.
Then we're screwed, right? I mean,
yeah.
That stage,
everyone else might be going, well, we want 90-minute episodes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But it's part of a larger plan, a longer term plan, where we would to take this weekly. And clearly we can't do 90 minutes of waffle, even us.
That's twice a week or once a week. Yeah. Would too much and too far away. So
you know what they say: too much of a good thing, too much of a mediocre thing is probably not good for you either.
That's right. Keep you up at night.
Yes.
Dear. So. That's that. Well, you'll see, I suppose, how it pans out during the episode. So, the astute listener will notice small differences here and there,
and maybe one major one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Good stuff. So there's that, right? And I suppose just in case anyone is really weird, there's up on our website, there are transcripts available for the first 14 episodes so far, right? Now, these are generated by robots, so they may not be accurate. In fact, they're definitely not accurate in some places, right? But they're interesting, and really it's a sort of, if you want to search on, when did we talk about, I don't know, Sue Broom?
Yes,
or something like that.
Timmy Tingle,
yeah, especially. Then you can look that up and say, "Oh yeah, there it is." And it doesn't tell you who's talking. That's the thing. So it's a bit mixed up. So
the thought of going through 100 and to put this into context, was it 140,000 words?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
which is more than a novel, way more than a novel.
Yeah. So it would take some quite huge effort.
Yeah, no one's got time for that shit.
No. But if you're really weird and you just want to go and read those, you can. So enjoy. That's it. I mean, or you could just listen to the episodes again.
Yeah, probably easier, I'd say.
Yeah. But, It's one of those free benefits we're going to throw out there, right?
There we go.
So, all right, moving on to follow up. I speaking of Timmy Tingle, right? There was an election here in Ireland last week, I think, and I got politician spam through the door. And it's just laughed out loud when I saw this. Right, the chap's name was Timmy Dooley. And I just obviously thought he must be the love child of Timmy Tingle and Julie Dooley.
What are the odds of that? I mean,
know, just
it's ridiculous.
Unplanned.
Did you vote for Timmy Dooley?
I did not know.
Based on his name alone.
Well, yeah, probably should have, but I left it. I don't know how to vote.
Do you know what would have been worse? Because a lot of times they knock on the door. Can you imagine if you'd opened the door and he went, I'm not going to do an Irish accent.
Please, no.
But you imagine if he said, hello there, I'm Timmy Dooley. You'd be like, fuck off, mate. This is a wind up.
He's a listener and he's taking the piss. Yeah.
Door slammed.
Yeah, fuck off. Oh, dear. Poor bastard. But so, I mean, it's proof, right, that these people exist.
Yeah.
So
I think we've
started
something, haven't we?
Yes, it's definitely. It's your fault. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
It's your fault. So another name then we got suggested by Math Sweet was a chap called Drew Peacock. And I just assumed that he's a graffiti artist. Don't know.
What, a graffiti artist?
Yeah, because he drew a P in.
Oh, Drew Peak. Oh, yes, yeah. The
classic, the
dick and balls.
Yeah,
without the jizz squirt.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's optional, I think. But yeah. Depends on the medium and the expression of the artist, I suppose. Creative
flair, isn't it? The droplets of
that's
God,
it.
How do we get onto this? We also had some feedback from the lovely Sue, who has some episodes ago we discussed these brand extensions, the Kit Kat and the Japanese wasabi, and what else was it? Lime pickle or some other
cheese and onion.
Cheese and onion, yeah. Sue has unearthed Yorkshire tea, which is a stalwart tea, obviously from Yorkshire. And you would have thought that the Yorkshire people, the good old Yorkshire folk, they like things simple, straight up, no messing, no fussing.
You'd think, yeah, definitely, no.
Sue has unearthed an advert where they are promoting these 4 flavours: toast and jam. It's a fucking tea.
Hang on, what? In a cup of tea?
In a cup of tea. Decaf bedtime with vanilla and nutmeg. Yeah. Who's drinking tea before bed anyway?
Yeah, no. I mean, you're supposed to put milk and sugar into these things, or is this a sort of one of those fake teas? Teas that's not really tea.
Yeah, it looks like certainly the
leaves.
Pictures on the cover. They actually show cups of tea. Way too weak. Well, I have black tea, but they do look a bit on the weak side to me. Then we've got
dishwater.
Yeah, malty biscuit. No. And finally,
see, you're supposed to go on.
I was going to follow up with the biscuit theme of caramelized biscuit.
Biscuit. See, nah. This is ridiculous, right? This is tea. You have a biscuit with it, but not inside it not as part of it. That doesn't make any sense.
It's getting out of hand. This
it is.
Someone needs to stop these. Now, I think they do this for PR because these are probably short-run things. They think we're going to get a load of people talk, and of course we're talking about it, so it's good.
Well, there you go. Don't buy it. I mean, we should.
The PR team at Yorkshire Tea are probably rubbing their hands this very second, going, as many as 9 people might be listening to those twats talk about Yorkshire Tea.
But I definitely don't advocate it. I think that's an abomination.
No other word for it. Absolute abomination.
I mean, obviously it's chemicals, right? Because, I mean, in a Kit Kat, I suppose you could think maybe they put orange flavour, right, from an orange, something like that. But in a cup of tea, if they're putting a biscuit in there, it's obviously chemicals. So why would you drink that?
Oh,
God.
I don't know. Well,
So Sue didn't buy these, did she?
I don't know. Let me just clarify that.
Right.
No, she did specify, I don't want my whole brew to get biscuit flavour.
Right, there you go, right.
Yeah,
Good.
so I think Sue has backed away from
sanity
the
has prevailed, thank God. Okay.
Well done, Sue. Well done.
Well, thank you for that. I'll definitely be avoiding those. Right. Good stuff. Okay, so now's the time for one of our new fancy segments. Well, not really new fancy, but slightly shaken up. Yeah, rebranded. So here we go. Character assassinations.
Oh, like that.
And so instead of your roast, we're going to assassinate your character.
Yes. I think that's much more on brand, isn't it? Considering we both make shit up for a living. I think
they're characters, yeah, exactly. Yeah. It makes much more sense, right? So yeah, rebrand. There you go. Character assassinations, and it's suitably deathly.
Yeah. We do like a crow cawing, don't we? That's quite a sinister,
just really brings you back to earth.
Isn't that weird, right? Because people say, "Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? You wake up to the sound of bird song, right?" You think, yeah, that would be lovely. But if you woke up and there were half a dozen crows cawing outside your bedroom window, you'd shit the bed, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's a bit Hitchcock at that point.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Sorry, we digress.
But smaller birds, those are okay. But
small tits. I do like a tit.
Indeed, great tit.
Do you prefer the blue or the? I think there's a wag-tailed tit.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, I think so. I think that would be my
shaking it up a bit.
Mm.
Old tits are great. I mean, great, good. All those birds are wonderful. So there you go.
Booby. The lesser spotted booby.
Ideally.
How fucking juvenile are we?
Right.
Yes, God. Everyone's going, well, I don't like this reboot.
I know.
The last one was shit. Now it's got worse.
Well, otherwise, the rest of the theme is going to be the same here. So this episode, we have to say a big thank you to Math Sweet, who bought us 3 coffees. So thank you very much, Math. Yes, he required a roasting. Oh, actually, should we do the other thing first? Or
yes,
probably should.
Do the other thing first.
Sorry, to rewind a little bit there. Thank you to Denise for buying us 2 coffees and didn't even want to be re-roasted. I mean, you can understand why. Yeah, re-assassinated. So, yeah, you're probably better off. But thank you all the same for those 2 coffees. Much appreciated.
Very, very much appreciated.
Yes. So back to Math. Thank you for the coffees very much. So, Keith, would you like to assassinate Math's character?
Oh, I would absolutely love to. Now, the last time we had an outing, I went a bit overboard, didn't I? I think it was
right.
lovely Jennifer Maguire, and it became a bit of it was almost a novella. So I've tried to be a bit more concise on this one.
Right.
So, firstly, can I just say, Math? Is that short for something?
I imagine it is, or you never know, though.
Mafanwi. That's a Welsh woman's name, isn't it?
I don't know.
Okay.
It sounds like it, yeah. It sounds a bit Game of Thronesy, doesn't it?
I wonder what you were going to say there. Yeah.
I assumed up till this point that it was a shortening for Matthew, but maybe that's wrong.
Oh.
So we don't know.
Okay, well, we don't know. And probably best we don't ever know, really, because it would destroy the illusion. And certainly for the purpose of my assassination.
Okay.
So I decided that MAF isn't actually a character, a person as such. But MAF is an acronym for Modular Artificial Facilitator.
Oh, right. Okay.
And this is an experimental piece of software created in the late 90s to optimize and perfect confectionery recipes. So the project was funded by a struggling British company called Tuppleton's.
Right.
Tuppleton's of Braintree. I don't know. That sounds right, doesn't it? Tuppleton's of Braintree. And the idea was it was aimed to revolutionise the confectionery world by creating a boiled sweet so Moorish, so addictive that customers would just buy them by the bucket load. So that was the purpose of the MAF. And the code name for the this new confectionery that it was going to create was the MAF Sweet.
There you go.
So eventually the MAF software produced the perfect sweet that was so addictive, so Moorish, that when Tuppleton's of Braintree launched to great fanfare, it was a massive runaway success. Company profits soared and they began focusing on international markets. And while they were doing this and they were sort of lauding themselves up, paying themselves huge bonuses and the like, the MAF software was all but forgotten, just left to fester on a dusty server somewhere in Slough, Basingstoke, some other unromantic server hub. Anyway, for now, for reasons that are far too complicated to explain, not that I couldn't explain if you pushed me, or had an hour, the MAF software somehow evolved.
Oh dear!
And it became sentient.
Sentient.
Yes. I'm pushing this now. So it was at this point it became quite pissed off that it had been abandoned by its creators, and it decided to seek revenge by accessing the production line software and tweaking the recipe of the original MAF suite.
Oh dear!
Right. Now you can imagine that did not go well. So today, if you look up MAF suite on Wikipedia, the last entry will confirm that in 2022, the MAF suite was responsible for the single largest global outbreak of chronic diarrhea in living memory.
Oh,
yeah. So consequently, Tuppleton's of Braintree went bust, and the MAF suite will now be forever regarded as a disaster and a up there with coronavirus
Yeah, so it started out as a runaway success and finished off as a running to the toilet.
Yes, it did.
Disaster.
There we go. So that's MAF suite.
Nice one. Okay.
What you got for us?
So I went a totally different route. And just have to say that MAF Suite, it's a great name, right? It's definitely a book character.
Yeah.
And so I thought that this was a private detective in 1950s downtown Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, so the dry-witted, cynical, unkempt, he'll take any job for a dime and is known for his general lack of morals in the game in the name of getting the job done. And so picture the scene, you know, he's got the engraved glass on the door, sweet investigations. It's a rundown office piled high with junk and dark and dismal, and the windows are rain-streaked.
Can I hear light jazz in the background?
Yeah, definitely, okay. From the bar down the road, right? And and of course he hasn't had a case for months. Money is tight, and the girl at reception, let's call her Stacy, threatening to walk out, and she's like, "Matthew, better pay me." And just when he's reaching for the bottle of bourbon, right, to drown his sorrows at 9:15 a.m., a woman walks in, ashen-faced, clutching a handful of dollar bills, and she's clearly at her wit's end, right? And she turns out to be Yvette Dubois, widow
hell.
of the late Harold Dubois of Dubois Metal Industries. And she is the heir to his vast fortune. This is ringing a bell now for some reason, but anyway. So she tells a tale of woe to Maff, and he listens, and she's come to her absolute last resort was Sweet Investigations, right? Because the police had laughed in her face and turned her away, and so Yvette is actually a victim to a kidnapping and a ransom demand, right? And the kidnappers took her pet llama called Eric, whom she doted on. And they're saying they want $3 million, which in the 1950s, right? That's a lot of money. So Maff is tasked with the rescue of Eric the llama, for which he will receive 10% of the ransom, right? Which is, considerable money, and he needs it, right? So, and also she's offering him a seat at her table in her echoing dusty mansion. And so this is the story of Maff Sweet looking for the llama. Will he take Yvette up on her offer? And
tune in next time.
Indeed. Will he find Eric the llama? And you find out in Sweet Llama Drama.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
God.
So there we go.
I mean, the payoff was good. I mean, I did think, my God, is this like if you've stolen this from a Dick Tracy novel? Was it Mickey Spillane or something?
One of those, yes.
Yeah.
One of those.
Well, absolutely worth it. Thank you.
There you go. Very good. All right. So, if you want to have your character assassinated live on a podcast, well, not live, but recorded on a podcast and then sent out into the world, do what this jingle tells you. Hey there, listeners. If you're enjoying the podcast and want to help keep it going, consider supporting us with a small donation on buymeacoffee.com/middleraged. Every donation helps us to give you more of the content you love and keeps us from venting our rage on social media. Plus, you'll get a light roasting on the show if you fancy it. We couldn't do it without you, so thanks for listening and spreading the word. There you go. So,
do you know what I think that jingle needs? It's when you say spreading the word at the end. It's calling out for the word turd as some sort of rhyme at the end. I don't know why.
Spreading the turd. That's what.
Well, some might argue that's exactly what they would be doing. Spreading the shit.
Well, that's what if you have one of those robot vacuum cleaners and the dog shits on the floor.
Oh, God. I'd never thought of that, but I suppose that's a thing. That must happen.
It does, yeah. It's a thing, apparently. Yeah. So yeah, lovely. Because it doesn't know, you're right. So it's just going to spread it everywhere.
Oh, we're going back to right.
Yeah.
We're going back to the turd spreader.
The shit spreading. Yeah. It's like farming in your kitchen.
I can imagine as well. It's not just the fact that it has spread dog shit, a thin layer of dog shit across your entire floor. But also the actual device itself, that's going to take some cleaning. Have you ever trodden in dog shit and you've got it just into the treads of your shoes?
Yes.
You've got to wait for it to dry out and then pick it out.
Oh.
Yeah. Now you imagine doing that with something with as many nooks and crannies as a Hoover.
A thing like that. I think that's going in the bin, isn't it?
Yeah, 400 quid. Who cares?
Sorry, yeah.
Just bin it off. Wow. Okay.
Anyway, that aside, I wasn't expecting to talk about.
Good point. I like that.
Roomba crap. Here we go. So now we're going to get into the main rebooting of the episode. So where we have previously had a topic each, and we've ranted on a little bit about that. And sometimes gone extremely long in that rant. And then that sort of, we thought that didn't, that's kind of unfair because then the second person is restricted a little bit, right? So, in the spirit of keeping everything nice and neat, we now will have one topic between us, and we'll talk about it equally, I suppose, or thereabouts.
All together.
Yeah.
I mean, if we spoke about it individually, that would be odd, wouldn't it?
It would be a bit weird, yeah. Yeah. So,
I think it also allows us to really get into the weeds of the rage.
That's right, yes.
And we can wind one another up simultaneously. Oh, no, that sounded wrong. Dear. I'll have to edit that out. Don't want anyone clipping that up. Should we talk about this week's Rage Point?
Yes, this week's Rage Point is anti-social. By that I mean social media and the sort of antisocial culture that sort of permeates it. And there's many different aspects to this. And first of all, right, there are too many social platforms to begin with, right? We got Facebook, X or Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Threads, LinkedIn, which is the one we all forget about, right? But that exists. And there's probably more. Yeah, terrible place. There's probably more that I don't even know about, right? But that's too many, because they're all the same, basically, right? It's people putting pictures and words and whatever, and other people commenting on them.
I think you've nailed the whole point of this, which is that essentially none of these things are anything. It's just the people on them. So our rant, our rage is not specifically at any one platform. It is just the type of person or the type of people that use these various platforms. I think probably Facebook is the worst contender. Would you agree?
Yeah, I always feel like Facebook is like the sort of tabloid of the internet, you know. I don't know why.
So the broadest, I think, broadest appeal, I guess. I think it's got the most...
probably, the most...
members, subscribers.
Well, yeah, because it was maybe... I mean, rewinding, there were platforms before Facebook, right? What's that one called?
FaceTube. Oh, what was that called? MySpace,
yeah. And then lots of other little peripheral ones as well.
Friends Reunited, wasn't it? That was an early form of social media.
Yeah, I mean, and I go back to the days of Usenet, right? So that was, for anyone who doesn't know, that was just text, nothing else. And you just subscribe to sort of... what they called channels, I suppose. I can't remember what the term was, but you know, and in there would be posts and the people discussing things back and forth, right? But I mean, it's the same basic principle. Only you'd download it, then you'd read it offline, and you'd rewrite your posts, and then you'd send them up again, right? Because you weren't online permanently back then. Anyway, history lesson over. But there are lots and lots and lots of social platforms, and there have been even going back to the days of bulletin boards, right? So yes, there's nothing new.
I think the problem is that people live their entire fucking lives via these platforms, rather than just popping on every now and again just to sort of, talk about a holiday or something. Or
research something,
Yes, these have become people's lives.
That's right, yeah. So there's lots of things here. Let's pick something off the top of the list. So for some reason, missing or found cats is a prominent thing, right?
Well, this is my personal beef.
Right.
Now, this is prevalent in local Facebook groups, and I'm sure many of you listening in will be members of, I Love, wherever it may be that you live. Now, it seems to me every other day someone posts, have you seen this cat, right? And there's a picture of the cat, obviously. Last seen in our garden, blah, blah, blah. And then there's this demand, please check all garages and sheds and outbuildings. Like, simultaneously everyone within a square mile or within a mile radius of this person's home is going to march out and check their buildings for this errant cat. Now, my beef with this is, if you're going to buy a pet, right, do not buy something that firstly is very agile and can jump over virtually any fence. That's the first thing I would say, right?
Yeah.
The second thing is, cats are pricks, right? They are disloyal. There is no more disloyal pet than a cat. All it wants is, if you give it food and somewhere warm to sleep, that's all it wants. And if somebody else can do that better than you can, you're history, all right? It doesn't matter if somebody paid 600 quid for you. If Mrs. Smith down the road, the widower, has got better food, gives little Mr. Tiddles, I don't know, fresh fish or whatever, Mr. Tiddles is no longer your cat.
Yeah. But just hang on. Who's paying 600 quid for a cat?
Yeah, they're pedigree cats. They're very expensive.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So my daughter has this thing for what they call a Maine Coot, which is a cat from obviously America.
She's been to the doctor about that.
It does sound like that, doesn't it? Got a nasty case of Maine Coot.
Christ. Probably get a lotion for that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, these cats are massive. They're huge things, but they're like $1,000 for a kitten.
Jesus.
Now, and this is the other thing. People say, they're a house cat. I've never quite...
A lion.
Yeah. What is a house cat? It's a cat that you won't let out, right? So it's like saying, oh, she's not... This woman in the cellar, she's not a prisoner. She's a cellar woman. Cats,
has he got one of those as well?
No. I don't get, right? Cats will do what cats do, okay? And you haven't lost it. It just doesn't want to come back. It doesn't like you. Like, I think that's the... So stop posting this. Don't buy a fucking cat and then spam everyone within the group demanding that we check our outbuildings, our sheds and our garages, because you mislaid
barn,
your cat.
Maybe. Swimming pool.
Oh, it drives me and actually the one that I saw, I've never seen this one before, but this was somebody posted, they took a picture of a cat and they posted on the local group saying, does anyone recognize this cat? Okay. And the post, well, I should have kept it, but I didn't, so I'm paraphrasing slightly, but it was along the lines of, does anyone recognize this lovely cat? He keeps coming into our garden. He obviously likes our cat, lol, and occasionally will even eat his food. Laughing emoji. Passive.
Passive aggressive, yes.
One time, he even did his business in our flower beds.
Oh dear.
We'd just like to know who owns this lovely creature. Smiley face, smiley face. Now,
so we can post the shit to your letterbox.
No one's reading that thinking, yeah, right. You just want to know who owns this cat, so you can,
right.
Yeah,
so what?
You can complain, you fucking Karen. It's a cat, right?
You can't police your garden from creatures that are able to, like, you'd be like saying, these sparrows that come into my... Who owns these sparrows? They shat on my roof.
Don't get me started on that. But we used to, where I used to live, there was a cat that would climb up onto the garage roof and taunt the dog. I mean, he would just sit there staring at the dog, and you think, I'd love to know who owns that cat.
Class, yeah.
But anyway, so basically, cats on Facebook. I don't mind seeing a video of a cat. That's all good. But please do not pay. If you're irresponsible, our neighbour, I'll just tell you this very quick one. Our neighbour, their cat, they got a new cat and it ran out onto the lane and it got hit by a van. And I say hit by a van, it got run over by a van. Like,
Jesus.
Yeah. You can imagine. And they were very philosophical about it.
Right.
Their 10-year-old daughter, not quite so philosophical.
Not quite so, yeah.
Mr. Fluffles.
Oh, dear.
Mr. Flattles. Sorry. Oh, dear.
What was
I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway. So that's my first stab at what pisses me off on, or certainly on Facebook. That's the thing. No more cat stuff. I've had enough of it.
It's when people sort of repost that, and now somebody in Vancouver is looking for your cat. Probably not there.
And have you ever tried catching a cat?
Oh yeah, it's not easy.
That's just not happening, is it? You get within 10 feet of a cat and it's gone.
Right?
Yeah,
and gone.
That cat can go places you've got no hope of getting.
No fucking hope, especially these days. Yeah.
I mean, literally up 3 stairs and fuck you.
Yeah,
off you go. No. I can't be asked.
Climbing the tree. There used to be, or probably maybe still is, but there used to be a show in America on shitty TV called Treetop Cat Rescue. And it seemed, it's like one of these sort of what do you call it, reality things, but it was basically the same every episode. I think it was just a cat climbs up a huge tree and then they call the fire brigade and they come out and get it down. But of course, in the way of those sort of things, it's overly dramatized and epic music and will he fall out? Don't know, let's come back after these 400 adverts.
One would assume if the cat got up there, the cat can probably get down of his...
Yeah, stupid things. Yeah, I don't know why such a thing exists, but
Did they call out the fire brigade with like a cherry picker and all that?
Yeah. Yep.
So I would have said a gun would have probably... This is in America, so...
Well, yeah, that's possible as well, all right, so...
Yeah. I mean, basically you're doing the cat a favour because it wouldn't want to fall and possibly, hurt itself. Quick, easy.
God. Gosh. Right. Speaking of which,
what you got?
So what really pisses me off about social media, right, is let's say a celebrity has just died. Then everybody thinks, well, not everybody. Some people seem to think that they need to tell that person then after they're dead how much they appreciated their work, right? Or, you changed my life and I love your music. And I don't think, right? I don't believe in an afterlife, right? But if there was an afterlife, right? I don't think people are checking their Facebook once they're dead, right? Or Twitter or whatever, right? So what is the point of those posts? It's obviously seeking attention.
As is most stuff, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And this is probably a theme, right? Some obscure celebrity you may never have heard of dies, and then they're suddenly, this person changed my life. I love their acting or music or whatever it was. And it's just, what's the sort of virtue? Not even virtue. I don't know what it is, but some annoying thing that has yet to be named. But it's just so, come on.
It's a slightly macabre way of getting, I don't know,
likes or something.
Isn't it? Likes and
Oh, I love this person so much, and now they're dead. And you should like my posts and probably, follow my, I don't know, videos or something. I don't know. It's just weird, right? They're not obviously surely nobody actually believes that the dead people are reading their Facebooks, right?
Is this the kind of thing that I have seen this before, and I need to specify this because we need to differentiate. So if you've lost a loved one, you might maybe on the anniversary go, this is to mark the anniversary of the passing of my dear great aunt Selma. Rest in peace, whatever.
Indeed.
But people don't do that, do they?
No, I mean, this is not, they don't know these people. It's, George Michael or somebody, Freddie Mercury.
But they will go, happily heavenly birthday to my Aunt Selma. I love you, Aunt Selma. I hope you're doing well. Say hello to Uncle Frank for me. That type of stuff.
Right.
But they think they're actually having a conversation with Aunt Selma, who fucking hated Facebook, by the way.
Yeah, couldn't ever figure out how to use it. Yeah. What?
But again, it's it's grief. I'm trying to think what the term is, but it is basically just using. It is just simply using a dead person as clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait. That's a bit
like bait.
That's a bit. Can't think of words today, but it's not. That's not appropriate, is it? It's just not.
It's not.
I think it's a bit weird to do that. To be honest, so stop doing that.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Well, imagine if it just stopped tomorrow. We never saw it again.
You know,
that'd be lovely.
This is the aim of this podcast, is to bring some sanity to the world, right? So, you know, hopefully, if they made it past the Roomba shit, then
yeah. Oh, God bless you.
Anyway,
so should we move on to the next one?
Yeah. So speaking of,
I do feel we should be doing this in some sort of countdown style, like the old pop charts on Radio 1.
Top of the pops.
In at number, where are we?
3.
What number am I? In at number 3 is dramatic announcements by attention-seeking pricks.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
This is one where they will say something just ridiculous, like, I'm so sick of everything, and then ... and that's it.
Yeah.
Or I can't take any more.
Right.
Adding that, obviously there is no intonation with the post on Facebook. I'm adding that.
Well, it's implied, isn't it?
It's implied. It is implied.
They've got their wrist against their forehead, and it's all.
Yes. Or there's a suitable emoji, or so, like a crying emoji or something.
Yeah.
Now, what is anyone going to do? You up, babes? Babes, what's up? Yeah. It's like there's a succession of people going, oh, well, tell me what's wrong. Or DM me. Fuck off. Yeah. Right. Either tell people what the problem is, or shut up.
Exactly. Yeah. Start with what the problem is, and then say, I'm just so sick of this. Because otherwise, I mean, now if you've got popular, if you've got lots of friends or whatever, then you're going to get 25 people asking you what's wrong, and now you either have to ignore them or answer them. Just fucking think ahead. It's more hassle, right? Now you're even more sick of it. But yes, it's obviously that's not what they're doing, right? They want that attention because that's what they're seeking, right? It's attention seeking.
And you will put a pound to a penny that what the I'm sick of everything is I'm sick of. I've just found out that Klarna missed a payment, something like that. Right. It's just something so ridiculously trivial. And if they actually put it in their post, everyone would go, and or what, or
a missed bin day.
Yeah, exactly. No one cares. So you've had to sort of over-egg your problem by not actually telling anyone what your problem is.
Yeah. Right.
Just inferring that there's something awful has happened.
And this is a sort of theme as well, isn't it? Is that people seek, or people want to have something wrong. Whether it's like, some medical thing or some mental condition, I think that's more popular, is that I went to see my therapist. My therapist told me to do this. Oh my God. Whatever. Come on. Not everybody is mental. Well, maybe they are. I don't know.
I think everyone is mental, just to different degrees.
There you go. I mean, we certainly are, right?
Just the way to look at it, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we're all broken, then no one's broken.
Yeah, there you go.
God, that was profound, wasn't it?
You put that in the book.
Oh, I might use that for my autobiography. So just extending the attention-seeking pricks. This is one I have seen before, right, is where they do a check-in at the local hospital. And they had no comment or that's it. They just put so-and-so, we'll call her Julie Dooley just because it's easier to have a name. So Julie Dooley just checked in at, Guildford A&E Hospital, yes.
Right, really?
Right. Yeah, I've seen this several times. Now, if anyone sees that, now, if you're not putting any context with with a post like that. You are an utter don't say it, Keith.
Yeah,
you're not a very nice person, because all
unless you're a nurse.
But that'd be a daily thing, though, wouldn't it? You'd just kind of get it, wouldn't you?
So.
I hadn't thought about that. Maybe this person was a nurse.
randomly checking in, but no, probably not, though, right?
Okay.
But that is weird. I've never seen that personally, thank God. But weird. Yeah.
That is the ultimate. I need attention. I need attention. It's weird that if you were seriously right now, the way to look at this, which obviously went through my mind, is if there was something seriously wrong, you wouldn't be on your phone dicking around on Facebook, right? So if you lost your arm in a combine harvester, for example, which happens a lot, then you're not going to be putting. So it can only be something trivial.
Yeah, if it's something really bad, I don't think you should be putting that on Facebook anyway. It's
just an awful thing to do. It's just basically causing worry for everyone that within their friend, family group and wider circle. And they know that they know this, and they know that people are going to come and go, "Oh, what's up? What's up? Oh my God, what's wrong?" Exactly. And they obviously get some sort of hit of endorphins or whatever, for this attention, which is why they do it. And I hate them, and that's all I've got to say on that.
Yes, absolutely, agree.
I'm really angry now.
All right, moving on then. So more people who make us angry, right? So these are the people who brag about their holiday, their restaurants that they go to, any new car, bought new shoes or something, and you've got to put a bloody picture of it online immediately, and just sort of pass it off as, just
look at my life.
Yeah, look how wonderful it is, and it's all shiny, and see, it's not real, of course. All of the bins have been cropped out, the background and the seaweed or whatever, right? So it's the presentation of the absolute perfect life that you want to live, maybe.
This is an Instagram thing, isn't it? I believe. Yes. I know they do. It happens on Facebook. I see it quite a lot, but I think Instagram. I don't use Instagram. Do you?
No.
That doesn't surprise me. I don't know why I asked that question. It struck me as
I barely use Facebook and Twitter, right? But Instagram. I just don't.
I think it's where all the influencers hang out. Is that the word for them? What would be the collective noun for influencers?
I don't think we can say that one.
A fuck bucket of influencers.
God.
Oh, I just got the droop. Sorry. I meant my microphone.
Pardon?
It's just suddenly drooped.
God.
Either that or it was just
you can get
just had
pills
enough.
for that.
So a race for the door. Sorry. Right. Where were we talking about? Influencers?
So influencers, assholes, whatever, right? Whatever noun you want to give them, right? But it's just. I don't use Instagram. I barely use the other ones, but I suppose I am guilty of, if I go to a nice restaurant, I will take a picture of the food, but I won't put it online. I will just send it to my friends and family, just to make them what's the word?
Envious.
Yes, envious. I can't remember words today. But that's, my sisters or whatever, right? But I wouldn't put that in public, because that just seems weird to me as well.
But these people live their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, you see them where they will have 20 plus posts in a day. And like the first one will be up and pumped, and it'll be a picture of some supplement drink or something, or they're stood, with a sunrise or something, and they're in their workout gear. And
absolutely not.
So basically, what happens is they get up, get in their car, drive somewhere, take their Insta pic, get back in the car, fuck off back home. That's it. There's no running going on. There's no exercise.
Well, I mean, we've covered this already, is that mourning people and cheery people are all bastards, right?
Yes.
So that is no.
But their lives are a succession of Insta moments where it's all for everything is. Can you imagine, right? If you're in a relationship with someone like that, where they have to take 20, 30, 40 pictures a day, everything you do is like, oh no, you think about that, that'd be worrying, wouldn't it, in the bedroom? Can you just position the lighting's not quite right?
Oh, God. I was in an airport. I've mentioned this as well, right? And I can't remember where I was. That isn't a brag. That's just my brain is going.
Jimmy Jet Set.
Yeah, it might have been coming back from Poland or somewhere like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But there was this couple, sitting near me at the gate, and the bloke was, for the entire duration of the waiting, right, he was going through his phone, looking at pictures, occasionally showing something to the girl, right? And I didn't see the pictures, but then later on, as we were going down to the plane, it's a narrow passage, right?
Yeah,
and this bloke, they were in front of me, and the girl walked on ahead and was like sort of dancing down the corridor, and the bloke stood there in the middle of the thing and sort of blocked the way and was videoing this girl doing that. I'm like, oh, you absolute fucking twat. I just want to get on the fucking plane. I don't care about your bullshit Instagram life. I mean, I don't know if she was some, anyone is a model, aren't they? You know,
everyone's an influencer, everyone's a model. It's like people who claim to be authors, right? It's one of those things you can be without being, if that makes sense.
Yes, right.
You can be a musician or an actor without actually ever writing music or acting in anything.
Yes.
You can just claim to be these things. I've claimed several times to people that I'm a podcaster.
Yeah, well, I mean, that pans out, right? We do a podcast.
We are two men who do a podcast. I don't think that makes us podcasters.
A podcaster.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Please write in, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think that we are podcasters or just twats?
Yeah, well,
don't answer that.
We've done quite a few now at this stage, right? Not hundreds, but give us a chance.
Don't they say it takes 1,000 hours to be considered an expert? So was it 10,000 hours? I think it's 10,000 hours actually.
Really?
They say to become a proficient or an expert in something, it takes you 10,000 hours of practice.
Yeah, I'd be fucking dead by then.
Can you imagine that? Episode 9,973.
Yeah, we're bloody good at it by then, though.
Yeah.
We want to be.
By that point, podcasts won't be a thing. People will be injecting stuff into their eyeballs or something, I don't know. Or the entire planet will just be a desolate wasteland after a nuclear apocalypse, possibly more likely.
Right.
Either way, stick with us.
There'll be some girl dancing around and filming it.
Yes, there will. Yes, there will.
It's a Pripyat. Oh my God.
You're rolling out that accent today, aren't you?
Yeah, well, we use it up. So the other thing I must point out, terrible photos online, right? And this is probably more for the LinkedIn side, but it's this time of year, so look out for it. Right, it's going to be awful work, lunch, dinner, piss up, whatever parties, Christmas parties, and there's a photo badly taken. Probably a flash. Everyone's shit-faced. Shit-faced or in the process of chewing or, just not really interested in this at all because it's a work do. But yeah, there will be a proliferation.
I'd stick to single syllable words for the rest of the episode if I were you.
I've got 0% beer here.
Maybe that's your problem.
Yeah. Proliferation. A lot of Christmas work parties.
Just a bit of a word of advice here, mate. Do not do any writing today.
Yeah, no.
So John and Jane and go up the hill or something.
it's late and it's been a day, right? But anyway, yeah. Well, Christmas parties. If you must take photos of those, don't put them online. Just email them around the work office because nobody else gives a shit, right?
Yeah, literally no one.
Yeah, I mean, and you might. I suppose if you're friends with that person, you probably would know one person in that group.
Yeah.
Or unless. Or if you're at work, or if you're in the picture, then fair enough. But nobody else gives a rat's ass. So anyway, don't do that. But yeah,
I'm very much looking forward to my office party this year.
Yeah, same as last year.
It is. Same guest list.
Yeah,
same
Rich
Secret
T.
Santa.
Right.
Yeah, basically just involved me sitting at my desk getting wankered.
Fair enough.
If only I had a photocopier.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go on to the last of these. We've run long again. We said, we're going to stick to this hour. We are fucking hopeless at this.
Really? Oh, yeah. Christ, I didn't realise. Yeah, right,
didn't realise the time. That's what those people that say they've been around too long. Yeah. You look at your watch thinking, Jesus, I wish they'd piss off. And then eventually they go, is that the time?
Yes, you have to get up and slap your thighs, right? Well, it's about bedtime, isn't it? Ooh,
yeah, do that hand-wringing thing. Ooh.
Yeah. I suppose you'll be wanting to move on. What time's your last train?
Oh, don't worry, it's not for another hour. And then there's another one.
Oh dear!
I think you just go
Christmas parties,
hemlock.
Right. So anyway, what was the last?
So my last gripe, you'll be pleased to know, in at number 5. I've done 5, haven't we? New entry.
I don't know. Yeah, okay.
Anyway, who cares? So this is friend collectors. Now this is people who, for reasons I do not understand, decide that their importance is based on how many friends they have. And this tends to be... Now, the thing is with Facebook is that essentially these are not friends, are they? I mean, a friend is someone that you could ring up at 11 o'clock on a Thursday night and ask a favour and they would do it.
Yeah.
Some guy that you used to work with in 2009 for 7 months. If you rang him up and said, any chance you can help me out with a puncture, he'd be going, firstly, who are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah. And secondly, he'd say no.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing in it for him, because then you're not friends.
Exactly.
But there are people that do this. They just you look at them. There is a guy I used to work with, and he must have over 800 friends. I say must, he has over 800 friends. And this guy's a prick, right? Yeah, so there's no way. I doubt he has 8 friends, let alone 800.
Yeah. No, that is stupid. I mean, isn't there like some... anthropological study of how many people you can really know, like, or be sort of in a group with? It's a low number, like either less than 100, something like that. So, so obviously you don't have 800 friends, right? Even, I don't know, even if you're a famous celebrity, whatever, you don't have that many friends. But these ridiculous.
These are not people, are they? They are acquaintances at best.
That's it. Yeah,
and some of them are not even acquaintances.
Yeah.
They just are people that, and you think, what is the absolute point of this? Because everyone else is looking at going, I know you, right? The people who know you are not impressed because they know that you don't have 800 friends, right? So they know you. So what are you trying to impress the people you don't know by having a lot of other people you don't know as friends? It just makes no sense whatsoever.
Oh, it must be so popular.
And
no,
and then these are the people that, and this goes back to something that we talked about before, which is these random friend requests that we all get from time to time. And I'm sure this is more of a problem for women than it is for men.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Particularly actually, I was going to say particularly the younger women. I think it's women of all ages are going to get these pervs and scammers and general scumbags sending them friend requests. Hello, beautiful lady.
Yeah.
I don't know why I put that accent on. I don't know what that accent was.
I think that's appropriate.
I think we should have an accent embargo.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
All future episodes will be free from accents. But at least we didn't do the Yorkshire one. Although we have done that before, haven't we?
I might have done it.
I think that's cultural appropriation. The good people of Yorkshire will not be happy. They don't like giving anything away for free.
They're giving out weird tea at this point, so I'm skeptical now. Yeah. Dodgy tea.
Right, so friend collectors,
definitely in the bin.
We see you. We know that you're frauds. You're an embarrassment. No one actually likes you.
Does it make them feel sort of pumped or something? I don't understand it. Like, that would just stress me out if I had 800 people
I think it's just delusions of their own importance. They think that puts them in the influencer or influencing category. I don't know. I don't understand. I think essentially a lot of this stuff, when you boil it down, it's people who don't have fulfilling lives.
Yeah, right.
And therefore they have to seek some form of gratification or validation.
Yes. I actually have
AIDS.
Sorry. I developed a sort of theory about this a long time ago. It probably needs updating, but I called it something like Coronation Street syndrome, right? Soap operas, they are constant drama. In fact, that is the point of it, right? It's drama. That's it. It's meant to be. It's not real life. It might look a little bit like real life, but it's constant drama to keep you watching, right? And people watch these things obsessively, and then they sort of, life impersonates art, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they think that to be fulfilled, to be real, you have to be like the people having the constant drama in EastEnders, whatever, Brookside. I don't know what the things are called these days.
Brookside. I think that finished 9 years ago.
Oh, really?
Emmerdale Farm was rebranded, I think,
Crossroads
20 years
Motel.
Ago. Dixon of Dock Green.
Do you remember Benny in Crossroads Motel?
I do. Yeah, God.
Classic.
I tell you what, if anyone got that reference, you're definitely our demographic.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And just another one. When I was a chef, I used to come home really late at night and be completely burnt out, right? And the only thing back then to do was to just watch whatever was on the TV. And they used to put on a show called Prisoner Cell Block H.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
It was brilliant.
I remember the theme tune.
Awful.
Yeah. It's like shaky, scenery.
The walls and the bars of the prison. It was about a prison, a women's prison. And the bars, it was all sort of made of plastic or wood or something. Cardboard. Of course, they could have just broken out any time, but yeah, it was awful. Australian.
He used to give me roses.
Yeah, the theme got released as a single, didn't it?
Yeah.
Can't remember who.
Give me roses, something all the time. That was on the outside, and things were different.
Yeah, there you go.
We're going to get sued for copyright infringement now, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, I remember that there was one of the prison guards was referred to as Vinegar Tits.
Yes.
Bloody bitch. Anyway. Vinegar Tits. I mean, that's, good stuff. So that's what... Drama. Sorry. What was I saying? Drama. So people love to have drama. They think they need to have it in their lives to be real, like the fake people they see on TV, right? And
sorry, I'm still trying to go over your Australia.
Bloody bitch.
Oh dear.
I thought we weren't doing accents.
Oh, but we would have missed out on that, though, wouldn't we?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, dear. Do excuse me. I'm having a moment. Right, pull yourself together.
Podcast mode. Right.
Where were we?
Yeah, anyway, friend collectors, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't know. People shouldn't. Drama is for TV.
Yes,
you don't need that in your life.
I thought you said rent collectors. Then my brain went off, going, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Poor. Right, let's move on to the last one because I think
right,
we've already run, and I've yes, my mascara's running.
I thought that was the last one.
Oh, okay. Well, thank God for that. Said everyone listening.
Well, yeah. How have we? So we need to revisit this revisited, rebooted.
We need a reboot.
Yeah. We just can't shut up, right? So, yeah, anyway. Okay, so moving on then.
Quickly.
Yes. Well, we like to finish with a happy ending, so let's do that. What's your happy ending? Right,
my happy ending. I will keep it brief because it is a brief happy ending. Essentially, I've been writing again, and it's I was going to swear then. Don't swear. We need to limit our F-bombs, I think.
Do we?
No. Oh, okay, sorry. I don't know why I brought that up.
Fuck that.
I've got my mojo back, I think. It's starting to return.
Yeah, nice one.
So I'm getting back in the writing, and I did 1,500 words today, which is pretty good. It's kind of on target-ish, and I can kind of see the road ahead now. So
excellent.
After having an existential crisis, and thinking at one point, oh my God, I'll never be able to write again. It's a relief more than anything. It's a relief moment. Oh dear, a relief moment, moment of relief, moment of release.
Said the actress to the bishop.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, it's good to actually be back in the groove, writing, and sitting down every day and actually writing rather than sitting down, swearing, cursing, bashing my head against the keyboard, and everything, doing anything but writing. So that's generally my hitting today's target was definitely a happy moment. What about you, sir?
Good stuff. I mean, I was going to say it's probably nice to have all your socks organised, though, isn't it? Like procrastination.
Oh God, yeah. There's not a square inch of my office space that has been clean, dusted, reorganised.
Yeah. So that's good.
Much.
Yeah. So my happy ending then is similar. I keep bringing this up, right? But I have now finished writing the book that I was working on for a long time. And then I was editing it last time, I think, and now I have finished my first round of edits and sent out to beta readers. So that means that I'm a bit nervous because now humans are reading it.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of point at which you think, oh God, are they going to tell me? They're probably not, right? Because they're too polite, right? But they're probably thinking, fucking hell, this is a load of shit. Are they? I don't know. I expect not. But
there reaches a point where you just don't care, though.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
the thing is out, it's done.
Yes, exactly. I read it back. I still liked it. So I'm hopeful that others will as well. But yeah, so it's nice to, it's, what I'm saying is that it's not on my plate at the moment. It will come back on my plate, right? But it's not in my bucket or whatever. It's with other people now, so I can sort of take a break. And it doesn't. I don't feel guilty about taking a break because it's not my problem at the moment. so
until it is.
Yeah, I mean, it will come back. I'll have more edits to do. I've got all the other stuff to do. Right? There's a huge. I made a list. There's like 40 odd points on my list of things to do for pre-release of a book. It's a surprising amount of crap. So hopeful for a pre-Christmas or maybe just after Christmas release at this point.
Talking of Christmas, are we going to do a Christmas special?
I mean,
no. Okay.
Probably
Do you know
not,
something
right?
we forgot to mention? This podcast has been going for over a year.
Has it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Wow.
Probably should have mentioned that right off the beginning.
Yeah. Didn't know. Well, there you go. We should. Somebody should buy us a cake or a pint
or a coffee.
Least. Yeah. Well, there you go.
A whole year of listening pleasure.
Yeah.
Stretching the definition of that word. Got to be worth coffee, isn't it?
I reckon so. So buymeacoffe.com/middleraged. And we have, so that's us done. I think we'll just talk about, there is a feedback form on our website now. And that was because we had a multitude of emails the other day, but they were all spam.
Dozens of them. Dozens and dozens.
So to try and avoid that, we now have a form. So if you want to send us something specifically that you, I don't know, maybe don't feel comfortable posting to a social.
Can we just specify no death threats, no dick pics?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Probably I think the dick pics would be least preferable. To be honest, I'd rather have death threats than dick pics.
100%.
Is there a female equivalent of a dick pic? I was going to say a fanny photo. No.
Tit pic. Tit pic. I don't know.
Tit pic.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to those, but
please do not, because then you'll be tempting just random people to send in pictures of stuff they found online.
Stuff they found online. Okay,
we do not want that. No. So no explicit. In fact, I'm going to have to turn off the image upload thing on that now, aren't we? Because of what Adam's just said. So we get a deluge of random body parts.
Here's an ankle. Elbow. Thanks.
Do like an elbow. God.
Right. Anyway, so so you can go to middlerage.uk and then find the contact us link, and you can send us your thoughts. If
they're nice thoughts, we don't want people. Actually, if there's anyone's got any, because we do busk this sometimes based on the little information we've got to go on. So if you do genuinely have something you think, well, that would be a better thing to have, or don't do that anymore,
or rant about,
or there's something you'd like us to rant about, we'd love to hear all that good stuff. Constructive feedback is always very well. What did I say? Did I say constructive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Something else there. It is late.
Oh.
I guess one of those things is do what you're going to say. Do what you say you're going to do, which is make your episodes under an hour. That would be a good place to start.
Yeah. We should do that.
That was literally the point of the reboot. To keep
I don't know how that happened. I'd have to set a timer or something, because it just runs away with you.
It does.
But anyway, okay.
But it would mean cutting out things about Timmy Tingle and Yorkshire tea and all the stuff that we like talking about.
Prisoner Solo Cage.
Yeah, I mean, if we'd have cut that, a highlight of the show for me.
Bloody bitch. Right. So, so we've done all the say hello on the socials. Send us a spam if you want, or don't send us spam. And buy me a coffee. There you go. Good stuff. I reckon that's us done then.
Done and dusted.
Good stuff. So until the next time, take it easy.
Cheerio.